Welcome back to another episode of Health is Wealth. And thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode. And as always, I am beyond grateful and thankful from the bottom of my heart for each and every one of you who is tuning into this podcast. And I truly hope you find value from this. As week to week, I'm just sharing thoughts that I have, things that I'm learning, on my own journey on this crazy ride we call life. Things that I'm just learning and understanding for the first time, things that I've got a different viewpoint now on belief wise. And I hope that you find value in that. Perhaps something you can learn for the first time, or maybe see something in a different point of view. And if anything else, just get a chance to understand who I am and what mission I am on in my life. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. And what I wanted to talk to you about this week on this week's episode, I'm actually stealing right from this guy. You may be familiar with who he is, but his name is Alex Hormozi. And quite often he talks about the journey. This is someone who's built a great amount of success in his life now. He's spent years in the gym business and, outgrew that essentially to becoming someone who now really teaches people, coaches businesses, things of that much. And so some of the things that he's been talking about recently was just about the journey to get to where you want to become, being successful, right? And there's one thing that he said, that I always think about is that, we're so oftenly just trying to find the shortcut, trying to find the fast route to success. And he goes on to say that the fast route, the shortcut, is the long route. And so again, that's the topic here of this week's episode, is that the long route is the shortcut. And what he seems to mean by this is that the long route is what's consistent of doing the work, right? Making certain sacrifices, delayed gratification. It's the mundane work that takes time, to build and create, and for the process of the journey to happen organically, to create something, to create success, to have a desired outcome. This thing just doesn't happen overnight. That's one of these things I get from a lot of these entrepreneurs, is that their success didn't come in a matter of a few months or a year or two. They've spent years invested into building something that they were pursuing, and it took them a long time to get there. What it seems to be now, right, is that we are constantly trying to find easy routes, easy shortcuts to bypass the work, the hard work, the time it's going to take to gain success. And so I think what tends to happen a lot is we're constantly searching for this, this shortcut and this easy path. And what may seem to happen is, you start going down one avenue, figuring, that maybe you can find a easier way to get to the desired outcome. And then you start navigating down that road and something doesn't work out. Or all of a sudden, you get this like squirrel syndrome in here. Hey, there might be a quicker way to get to your result, over here. So then you stop this path and then you go over here. And what it seems to be happening is then we're going down each and every one of these different avenues, trying to find a short way, trying to find an easy way, trying to find a way that is going to bypass the work that it's actually going to take to build success, to get the desired outcome. And what it leads us at is we keep going down to these dead ends, really making no progress because nothing is getting us any step closer. We're just wasting time checking out this avenue, thinking we're going to find the shortcut, the easy way because of what somebody's promising or what you think you're finding. It turns out to be a dead end. So now you go down the next one, the next one, the next one, never making actual progress. I think the thing is we all really know at the bottom of our hearts what it is going to take to get from here to there, and we don't want to accept the fact that it's just going to take time. It's going to take effort. It's going to take sacrificing. It is going to take delaying gratification. It's going to take the mundane work, doing the same thing over and over and over again until you have a breakthrough to achieve the desired result, right? But we are convincing ourselves here that there is an easy way to do it simply because we want to avoid the hardship of everything, the hard work, the long time it's going to take, the late nights, the early mornings, the saying no to this, and not being able to hang out with these people, whatever it may be. But the reality is the long way is the shortcut, because while some people are trying to find these easy paths and these easy routes, you've got one person, who's taking that long route, who knows it's going to take time, who knows it's going to take a lot of sacrifice and delayed gratification and effort and all these different things. And so they're just invested in taking the guaranteed path to get there, right? But even though it might take longer to get there, what essentially happened is they're making progress along the way, while the person, again, who's trying to find a shortcut, trying to find the easy route, is making none at all. And so it's really adapting this mindset that we need to stop trying to avoid the work, stop trying to find an easy way out, stop trying to find a shortcut, because there is none, right? Anything worthwhile, to build, create, and a desired outcome, it's going to take the time that it's going to take, and you have to accept that as reality. Because if there was an absolute shortcut, if there was an absolute easy way, right? These guys who built something real and big, and have spent years investing into creating something successful, would have found it already. Everybody would be doing the shortcut way if there was an absolute way to do the shortcut. So stop wasting time trying to find the easy route and do the things that you need to do and that should be done. But again, a lot of that involves hard work. A lot of that involves there being a reality that you might not see the outcome or the success you want for 2, 3, 4, 5. Guys, there's guys in entrepreneurship who I pay attention to didn't see outcomes of their success for like 10 years. When I think of guys like Eric Spofford or Bedros Keuilian or Andy Frisella, Dan Martell, Ed Milet, there's some huge guys in the game who have built real businesses, real companies, built real true wealth and success, and have been in this game a long time of entrepreneurship. And there wasn't an easy route for them. There wasn't a shortcut route for them. Didn't happen overnight. It took time. So the point here of this message, again, is to understand that the shortcut path and route is the long one, because that's the one that's going to guarantee to get you from point A to point B. Anything else where you are deliberately, intentionally trying to find a shortcut or a short, route, an easy route to get there, is going to leave you with nothing but not making any progress, right? Continuing to go down these false avenues, that get you nowhere, because what again happens is you start just starting over, and in the entire time, you're just losing progress altogether, because everyone is going to end at a dead end. And none of these so-called shortcuts or easy routes will ever get you there. It's doing the real work, taking the real path on that real journey that will get you from here to here. So, stop thinking that you're going to find a way to bypass the work, the time it's going to take to build real success. And I think the sooner we can understand that and just take that for what it is, the sooner we can say, forget everything that's telling me that there's a shortcut, an easy path, a quicker route, then we can actually start making a dent in the journey, because the reality is the longer we put off actually going down the long path that is guaranteed to get you there, the longer it's going to take you to get on that journey, to get from point A to point B, right? So again, anything worthwhile, it's going to be hard. It's going to take time. It's going to take sacrifice, but that's a part of the payoff, right? Is knowing what you put into the outcome of success and desired results or whatever it may be, is knowing what it took to get you there, right? Because things that are worth it are things that you worked hard to achieve, and you appreciate that more than anything about the result and in the desired outcome is what time and what effort got spent into achieving it. If you were to get something, quick, like how much do you really appreciate? How much was it really worth to you when you really didn't put any effort into it? When you think of these guys who've built real things and have created real success, you can hear just by the way that they talk about it, how much they appreciate it, how much it was worth it because how long it took, the sacrifices they had to give, the delayed gratification, all these different things. And so they truly appreciate where they are because of what they had to endure to get there through that process. So, again, it's just we need to stop trying to find an easy route, and the only quick route is the long route. So just do the necessary work, right? And it's something I remind myself too, because we're all guilty of it. We want to find a quicker way. We want to find a faster way. We want to find an easier way, right? But there is just no anything about it getting around the work, and that's why we try to find the easy routes and passes, because we're trying to avoid the work. We're trying to avoid the headaches and the pain and the suffering and all that. But that's the name of the game. It is part of the process. There is no glory without the story. So remember that the shortcut is the long way, and that's all there is. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode, and I'll see you on the next one.